Attention defenders of the Second Amendment. We have some more developments that could help shape the future of gun rights in America and help to destroy the ATF. But before we dive in, make sure to hit the subscribe button and that bell notification so that you never miss any updates on our constitutional rights. The Firearms Policy Coalition, yes, FPC, they're renowned for their relentless defense of the Second Amendment, and they've taken a proactive step by engaging directly with the Trump administration. FPC President Brandon Combs revealed that they've submitted a comprehensive list of executive actions aimed at fortifying our right to keep and bear arms. In a promising follow-up, White House officials have indicated that these recommendations are, quote, strongly being considered, end quote, and are open to further suggestions. And before I break them down, today's video was powered by Blackout Coffee. If you want some coffee that's roasted with the same boldness and fire as our Constitution, head over to blackoutcoffee.com/GNG and use code GNG10 for 10% off. You can get the FPC Patriot Roast and support FPC while enjoying Blackout Coffee. We give $2 for every single item sold in their namesake right back to FPC so they can sue the government. So support them while supporting Blackout Coffee and supporting yourself with some great tasting coffee. Freshly roasted within 3 days of your order. Thanks to Blackout Coffee for keeping patriots like us all energized and informed. All right, let's break down the pivotal reforms that Firearms Policy Coalition is advocating for. There are three big ones. Number one, establish a Second Amendment Czar. Imagine a dedicated official, or a czar, whose sole mission is to coordinate and implement a pro-Second Amendment agenda across all federal agencies. This role would ensure that departments like the Department of Justice, ATF, the Department of Commerce, and others are unified in protecting our gun rights. Moreover, this czar would serve as a direct liaison, ensuring that Second Amendment concerns are addressed promptly at the highest levels of government. I volunteer for tribute. Number two, create a First and Second Amendment section within the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division. This proposal calls for a specialized unit within the Department of Justice focused on challenging unconstitutional laws and practices that infringe upon our rights to free speech and to keep and bear arms. This is especially crucial for residents in states known for their restrictive stances, such as California, Massachusetts, New York, New Jersey, and the others. By having a dedicated team, the DOJ can more effectively combat overreach and uphold constitutional freedoms. Number three, enact comprehensive National Firearms Act reforms. The FPC is pushing for a thorough review and modernization of the National Firearms Act. The goal? To eliminate outdated regulations, enhance accessibility to NFA-regulated firearms, and expedite processing times. Imagine a system where background checks are virtually instantaneous, making the acquisition process much more efficient for law-abiding citizens. And I know right away there are going to be people smashing their keyboard, repeal the NFA. I'm with you. But the president can't do that by executive order. That has to be an act of Congress. You're not going to find a judge, if there were a lawsuit pushed to do that, not a single judge in this country will get rid of the NFA by a signature. And if you think so, you're really not paying attention. That is a pipe dream for us all, but it is just a pipe dream. It's not realistic of something that we can get accomplished. And interestingly, the Trump administration may already be signaling its commitment to these ideals. Attorney General Pam Bondi recently announced that the Department of Justice's Civil Rights Division has initiated an investigation into the Los Angeles Sheriff's Police Department's practices concerning the issuance of carry permits. This move could be a precursor to the establishment of the proposed First and Second Amendment section within the DOJ. Addressing violations of our First and Second Amendment rights is long overdue. From states refusing to recognize out-of-state carry licenses to the imposition of broad, sensitive places where concealed carry is prohibited, infringements are rampant. And when the Republicans control all three branches of government, basically, I mean, the Supreme Court could be a little more pro-Constitution in my mind, but the blue states blue state harder. And that's what you've seen since the Trump election here. And a dedicated section within the Department of Justice would not only complement ongoing litigation by organizations like FPC, Second Amendment Foundation, Gun Owners of America, and even NRA, they've launched a few. It could also add significant weight to court rulings that are often ignored by state and local governments. And we could all just name, we could rattle those off. Now, while the idea of a Second Amendment czar is compelling, it's essential to consider potential challenges. Centralizing such authority could lead to interagency conflicts. For instance, how would the Attorney General respond to the recommendations of a czar for the Second Amendment, even if it was me, regarding specific prosecutions, right? While the concept aims to streamline efforts, the practical implementation would require extremely careful navigation to avoid bureaucratic power struggles, and that happens all the time in Washington, D.C. Now, reforming the NFA and the Gun Control Act is undeniably a priority for strengthening Second Amendment protections. However, executive branch's power, like I said, has limits without congressional involvement. And even though there is a bill to repeal the NFA, there's not enough movement to even get it to a committee vote right now. Never mind a full floor vote for the House, and you're not going to get 60 votes in the Senate to overcome the filibuster in order to repeal the NFA. I'm just being realistic here. Now, notably, this current Trump administration just began to formally repeal ATF rules that were established during Joe Biden's tenure. If you don't know what I'm talking about, and you might not have seen this morning's video, I will link it above. We have one rule. The zero tolerance rule has been officially repealed. There are two more rules that are about to: the pistol brace rule and the engaged in the business rule. So there are things that are starting. Yeah, I would have liked to see them happen immediately, but they are not laws. I might have said laws. They are rules. They don't carry the weight of law, but they have to follow specific procedures because the APA, the Administrative Procedures Act, dictates that. Otherwise, the anti-gun leftists can sue saying you repealed that rule in violation of the APA, and a judge would be handcuffed to say, yes, they're right. The rule stands until it's properly repealed. Just like we took action against the pistol brace rule in court, right? Now, FPC's proactive engagement with the Trump administration underscores the ongoing efforts to bolster our Second Amendment rights. As these discussions evolve, it's imperative for all of us to stay informed and to stay involved. If you found this information enlightening, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow patriots, and subscribe to Guns and Gadgets for more in-depth analysis on our constitutional rights in the never-ending fight to repeal the anti-Americans from our Second Amendment. Now, together we can ensure that our freedoms are not only preserved, but also strengthened for future generations. Guys and gals, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Check out this morning's video for more information on what happened. And Kash Patel has already taken action to repeal that rule, and there are more coming. I appreciate y'all. Be safe, stay vigilant, carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.